Hello, everybody. Welcome to something new. I am Steve Plays, or just, Steve for short, also known as Cat Philosophy on Xbox. Normally, I am known for my PUBG series, but I've decided to add a second series here of another game that I like very much. It's called Darkest Dungeon. Now, I just purchased this for the Xbox, but just give me 1 second to pull up Steam here. On the PC version, I have 192 hours in this game. So what Darkest Dungeon is a Darkest Dungeon is a roguelike turn-based RPG with a Lovecraftian, Cthulhu-esque kind of aesthetic to it. And in fact, I'm just gonna stop there and just play the intro cinematic because it's gonna introduce the game a lot better than I ever can. So enjoy.
Ruin has come to our family. You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor. I lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor, fattened by decadence and luxury. And yet I began to tire of conventional extravagance. Singular, unsettling tales suggested the mansion itself was a gateway to some fabulous and unnameable power. With relic and ritual, I bent every effort towards the excavation and recovery of those long-buried secrets, exhausting what remained of our family fortune on swarthy workmen and sturdy shovels. At last, in the salt-soaked crags beneath the lowest foundations, we unearthed that damnable portal of antediluvian evil. Our every step unsettled the ancient earth, but we were in a realm of death and madness. In the end, I alone fled laughing and wailing through those blackened arcades of antiquity, until consciousness failed me. You remember our venerable house, opulent and imperial. It is a festering abomination. I beg you, return home, claim your birthright, and deliver our family from the ravenous, clutching shadows of the darkest dungeon.
Yeah. Gives me chills every time I watch it. So Darkest Dungeon is just fabulous in terms of art style and its whole theme. I'm a big fan of Lovecraft. And for those of you who are familiar with Lovecraft audiobooks, you will recognize the voice of Crazy Uncle Wayne June as the narrator of Darkest Dungeon, who's famous for narrating Lovecraftian audiobooks. His reading of The Call of Cthulhu is one of my favorites. He has just got a great voice. So the biggest features of this game are party member permadeath, and just the well, let's get into the game and then we can sorry, I love the music. We're doing what? Normal? What's the normal? No. Oh, okay. Darkest is the original. Okay. Dark, yeah, because I've played this game many times. All right. So, what's the name of our estate gonna be for this YouTube series? Well, I mean, let's just be Let's not beat around the bush. It's just going to be YouTube. The YouTube estate. Okay. And I have never done the Crimson Court DLC yet. It adds new content to the game that I have not yet seen. So that aspect of the game is sight unseen for me. I have not seen it before. And I have also never beaten the game. I have never completed the main quest. Despite having 200 hours in this game, I have never beaten it. It is a long and difficult game. Yeah, let's get started. So, I won't talk over the opening intro cinematic here.
You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling, serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path, you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself,
ominous.
And remember, there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
I guess that remains to be seen, huh? So despite not having ever beaten this game, I have seen the end of it because I have watched other YouTubers and streamers play it. So I know the secret at the end of the tunnel. Though for those of you watching who have not, hopefully I can get myself to the end so you can see that treat. So it's a turn-based strategy, a turn-based RPG, action RPG, in which positioning is very important. You have up to 4 heroes, and they stand in a line, and where they're standing in the line has an effect on what skills they can use, and so on and so forth. There's also a stress mechanic in the game. While your characters are out in a dungeon, they accumulate stress that has to be assuaged once they get back to town, or they can go batshit crazy and start doing bad things. All right, So here we have our the 2 heroes you start with are always the same. It is how do we? I'm not familiar with the UI of the Xbox version, so let me just look at it real quick. Select inventory map, abandoned quest. That's good to know. Interact, move hero. Oh, hero details is X. Okay. Right. Cancel, close, select, use. Okay. Item info, left trigger. Okay. All right, we'll refer back to this when and if we need to. Anything? Let's check out and see if there's any. Graphics. Turn the gamma up a little, make it easier to see. I do like combat pivot camera. Subtitles on, and actually like them on top. Let's turn the music down just a little bit. Sound effects down just a little bit.
Death waits.
Yeah, I think we're good. Gameplay. Quest warnings, embark warnings. Yeah, I'll keep that. Having the stagecoach be truly random can screw you over really bad. Yes, I like that. Yeah, I don't want to mess with any of the like the normal aspects of the game. Right. Okay. Other. It's all good. Control options. Okay, all right. So let's take a look here. So these are our two starting heroes. They're always Reynald the Crusader and Dismas the Highwayman. Now, and they always have these quirks. Always. Reynald always has God-fearing. He will only pray to relieve stress. And he always has Kleptomaniac. And he always has Warrior of Light. And Dismas always has Hard Noggin and Known Sheet. Over here on the right, we have their combat skills. And the first row of yellow circles tells you what positions he can use that skill in, and the red circles tell you which targets he can target with that skill. So, for instance, with this pistol shot here, he can only use it in the back 3 spots, and he can only target the back 3 spots of the enemy line. You know, and so on and so forth. As you can see here for Grapeshot Blast, the 3 dots are connected. That means that the Grapeshot Blast is a AoE effect. It hits multiple targets. That's a tracking shot. It buffs him, and it does less damage, but it buffs him up, and it removes stealth, which is a mechanic that occurs in higher difficulty dungeons. We're gonna get into all that. There's no need to belabor the point. You're gonna see how the game works as it goes along. But the Crusaders definitely are like...
Brigands have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead.
This opening dungeon is always the same, by the way.
Dispatch this
it's like a tutorial.
Fashion, that all may hear of your arrival.
Okay. So we're gonna use Open Vein on this guy.
Masterfully
There we go. And as we can see, he is bled. Is there a way to look at that? Aha, there's a way to look at that. Hold left trigger. So he'll take, because it was a crit, he takes 2 damage over 5 rounds. 2 damage a round for 5 rounds instead of 3, which it would normally do if it worked. But because it crits, it'll do for 5 rounds. That will just kill him. Like, he's dead. So I don't really have to do much else. I'll just...
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
All right, we have found 500 gold. All right. Oh, up and down changes that. Okay, cool. Somebody left some valuables inside the
Leave
tent.
nothing unchecked. There is much to be found in forgotten places.
What does this do? Oh, okay. Okay, all right. I'm still like working my way through the UI because I'm used to playing this on PC.
An ambush. Send these vermin a message. The rightful owner
So we
has
surprise
returned,
them so we get
and
to go
their kind
first
is no
before they
longer
go at all. I want to use pistol shot on him. And I want to stun the big guy. I don't want him going. Ah, he resisted. God damn it. I hate that. I don't like that shifted him out of position. Guess we'll use tracking shot to give us a buff. Ow. What's that debuff? Oh, it's a dodge debuff. So now he's got, for the rest of the battle, 12% damage buff, 6% accuracy buff, 5% crit chance buff. So we're going to... So I'm going to use Bulwark of Faith to kind of, basically, I'm marking myself. When you're marked, it's more likely that they'll attack him and not Dismas. But, you know, they did anyway. So, okay. Damn it, the resisting. I may have to waste a turn just to get him back into the... There we go. Oh boy. Ow. Stop bleeding me. I don't like it. Ooh, so that's stress. That little 6 above our heads, that indicates that we've received stress.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Alright, we have completed a quest. We're going to remain for a second just so I can show you guys this. See, it says Bandit's Trapped Chest. Something doesn't look quite right with this one. Should we try to open it? No. Not doing that. I'm not doing that. If you open that, it is absolutely trapped and will hurt you. Like, every time. The first chest is always trapped. Just to show you what kind of game this is. And it's showing us our rewards. We level up. And Reynald gains a quirk. Second win. Plus 10% damage if his hit points is below 50%. Cool. This is going to be easy. No. No, it's not. It's
Welcome
not gonna be
home,
easy.
such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them.
All right. Oh, look at all these quests that we shall be doing. It has successfully escorted me to the hamlet. Yeah.
Women and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
All right, so this here is the stagecoach. This is where new recruits come in every week. Every week, new recruits. So we've got a Vestal.
Sister of battle, pious and unrelenting.
Nice. And then we...
What better laboratory than the blood-soaked battlefield?
And a Plague Doctor. So our Plague Doctor, Lavelle. Well, that won't do. So we're going to start naming these. And, hey, if I will, absolutely name these after Twitch subscribers. I don't have subscribers yet. Can't do that. Tell you what. If you want to put your name down for being in the Darkest Dungeon, just comment on any Darkest Dungeon video, and I will keep a tab on them. Make sure to give me a like as well if you can. That'd be lovely. All right. So, but our first is going to be my good friend Jason. He's going to be our first Plague Doctor. Though, to be fair, the Plague Doctor is a female, but it doesn't matter. Who cares? And who is our first Vestal? Where's Vestal? First Vestal is going to be my good friend Lindsay, aka 0 Stars on Xbox. And what traits did they receive here? Cove Scrounger and Dud Hitter. All right. Warren's Tactician, Armor Tinker. Ooh, Armor Tinker's really good. That's gonna save me a lot of money over time. Claustrophobia. Well, we'll work on getting rid of that as soon as we can. Alright, so we got all that.
Most will end up here, covered in the poisoned earth, awaiting merciful oblivion.
This is a graveyard. That's where dead heroes will appear. Yeah, okay.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Alright, yep. They can't do anything in the town the first week. Like, everything is busted up. Nothing's been repaired yet. So we basically just have to get to getting.
A mecca of madness and morbidity. Your work begins.
Alright, we only have one quest that we can choose to start, and that is the first foray into the ruins. So let's pick up our people and plop them down. Oh god, no. This is what I want. I can't. Unfortunately, my Twitch overlay is hiding that button. Yeah, okay, I want you there. You need to be there, and you need to be there. Okay, usual suspects. Sometimes different party layouts will have, they'll have specific, like, funny names that sometimes are, like, inside jokes. This one is called the usual suspects because it's literally the first 4 heroes you have at any time you play this game. We don't have any trinkets yet. Alright, I guess we embark.
The cost of preparedness.
So now we have to provision for our journey.
Later, in blood.
They suggest taking at least 8 food and at least 4 torches. I'm going to take 12 food and... and 8 torches, because I've played this fucking game before. Take one of those, take one of those, take one of those. No, you don't. You not only do you take these for what they can do in the party, but you take these because there are curios that you find in the dungeons that if you have the right item to put on them, they will give you extra rewards or guarantee a good result, that kind of thing. All right. Let's get going. Alright, so let's look at our map here.
Packs laden with loot
Hey, an
are
extra
often
torch.
low on supplies.
Extra torch, nice. So light is a very important mechanic in this game. As the torchlight dims, you'll see that right now we're in radiant light. It increases our dodge, it increases our scouting, it increases our chances of surprising monsters. As the light goes down, the benefits to us decrease, but the trade-off is that when it's dark, you have better loot chance. You get better chance of finding more loot, despite the fact that it doesn't really make sense. Tracking shot. And you want to use blight on these Skellymen because they don't they are immune to bleeding, as you can see there. Man, I didn't look at her skills at all. Her skills are not great for being in the back line, actually.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter. As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
All right, we got a little scouting. So we know that there's an obstacle and then a battle before the next room. Let's check this out. Unlocked strongbox. Ah, it has a shovel, some bandages, and a thing. Yay. No. An obstacle. Oh, hey.
Cold stone seems
The game is nice enough to let us know that shovel's what we're going to do to get past this without hurting ourselves. So if we didn't have a shovel, we would all take damage and all take stress. I want to stun her because she can deal stress damage, and I don't want that. Oh, damn it, that's right. I can't. I want to burn her down as fast as possible because stress is a killer in this game. Stress is a killer in real life, too. Hit point damage is not as important
Slowly,
as stress
gently.
damage is.
This is how a life is taken.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Ooh, nice. See, crits can sometimes, that little 4 and the light
Seize
above his
this
head,
momentum.
critical hits and critical
Push
hit
on
kills
to the
can
task's
sometimes
end.
remove stress. That was removing 4 stress from him. Oh, light is starting to dim as we walk through them. Yeah. All right. So which way do we want to go? We want to go that way. Just gonna use the torch and take the thing. Ow!
Reeling, about to break.
Gonna heal her up.
Sedated.
Ow. God. The RNGesus is really strong in this freaking game. It's like... Ow, that's hurt. I gotta
Death
think about
by
healing
inches.
that person up.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear. Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
So you can only heal in battle. So if you know the guy is about to die, you can, instead of killing him, you just, like, you can stun your enemy and then heal up on that next turn. But if you stall too long, the game starts to
Their
punish you.
formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Who can benefit from this? I think you might be able to benefit from this. I think you just touch it. Yeah. Yep. Heals you up. And heals some stress. Nice. So, where are we? We're here. So we can only go up. There's a trap between us and the next room. So let's focus on Dismas. He's gonna have the best chance to disarm this trap here. Yeah, I wanna. Thank you. I wanna. How do I shot web? Thank you. That's what I want to do. Yes, thank you. I wish to disarm trap. Thank you. So there's a room battle with treasure in there. I have to explore 90% of rooms, so I believe I can skip one. So I am going to skip that one and just go right. Uh-oh. So that is Reynald's kleptomaniac quirk taking over. Sometimes when you run across a curio, he will just snag whatever's in it, and I don't get it. So that's awesome. That's why when first opportunity we get, we're going to get rid of that on him. Yeah, the light's fading, I know. Thank you. Oh, and this happens every now and then. Hunger prompt is triggered. It's going to make us eat or starve. And if we starve, we take damage and stress damage. You'll notice a pattern there. A lot of things deal damage and stress damage if you don't take care of them or have the necessary whatever. All right, so down. Oh, another obstacle. Let's get through it. Ah, here we go. So this third guy with the goblet, he can deal stress damage too. I don't like him at all. I want him to go. So we're going to start with tracking shot on him to get Dismas buffed up. We're going to hit the back line with plague grenades, get them blighted. Oh boy. Stop throwing acid on me. See? 17 stress damage. Like, yuck. Not good. When they hit 100, that's when the bad shit starts. Stop it!
Soothed. Sedated.
Oh, Jesus, that hurts. Oh, and it stressed out everybody. That's great. Smack you right back. Stun. Good. Oh, boy. No. Let's grenade you guys again. So you can stack DOTs. You can stack blights and bleeds and stuff. You can stack them on top of each other, so you just deal more and more. And since he was stunned, he's now no longer stunned, but he didn't get to go, which is good. Ooh, double kill. Nice. Oh, we got a key.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
I'm gonna actually eat some of this food, just in case this is not the last battle. Nope, it is. Okay. We'll remain for a second to open this chest. And we will use a key. Okay, so we got extra heirlooms. Heirlooms help us upgrade the hamlet. That's what they're good for. And then we're done. Let's get out of here. The first of many victories. Complete a quest in the ruins. Ooh. So, we got some negative quirks here. Dismas will now only flagellate for stress relief. That's bad. He gained Eldritch Slayer, though, which is nice. Jason gained Love Interest, which is, again, bad. He will only go to the brothel for stress relief. You never want any of these quirks, because you want to be able to put them where you want them, not where they only can go. And Lindsay got Fear of Unholy. That's bad. Okay, well, alright.
The poor caretaker. I fear his long-standing duties here have
Well, that's going to be it for our first episode here of the Darkest Dungeon series. If you're enjoying it so far, yeah, go ahead and click that like button, and feel free to leave your name in the comments if you want to be part of our merry band of adventurers here. Yeah, we'll see you next time.
Fresh kegs, cards, and curtained rooms promise solace to the weary and broken alike.